Hello everyone and welcome to the virtual Year 6 to 7 transition evening. As you can probably tell, we're not very well versed in the world of film. This is a new venture for us after our 13 weeks of lockdown, and hopefully we will manage that the technology will keep us going during this evening. The current context means that we can't physically meet at St Edward's, which we had hoped to do. But hopefully, as I've said, our technology will support our virtual evening. We hope you've all been really well during the lockdown. Year 6 students, we hope you've been looking after yourselves. We know it's been hard for you and we hope you've started the work that we've sent you. Don't worry if you haven't, you've got plenty of time. We've still got another 4 weeks left at school, including this week, and then the 6-week summer holiday where you can be working ready to come to secondary school. This evening, we're going to be sharing key information through video messages and answering the first 5 questions that we received from parents tonight. You can submit your questions on the chat function. If we don't get time to answer all the questions, don't worry. We're writing the questions down and we'll send you written answers tomorrow. There may be a point, if we receive too many questions, that we might have to turn the chat function off. If that happens and you don't have a chance to submit your questions, again, please don't worry. You can submit them by email or you can call us at the school. You'll find details of how to do that on the last slide. We're now going to begin our information video. You can probably tell that although we're quite interesting in an assembly, filmmaking is a whole new world for us. So do feel free to laugh at us when you watch our video. It is quite funny, but hopefully it will provide you with all the information you need. And again, if you have any questions that we don't answer, please let us know. The video will be placed on our website tomorrow for you to view again in case you miss anything. So let's hope this works, finger crossed. Let's have a look at our video, please.
Hello Year 6 students and parents and carers, and welcome to the St Edward's Academy Open Evening. My name's Jodie Hassan and I have the privilege of being the St Edward's head teacher. Ordinarily this evening we would be sat in the Webster Hall and I will have met you in person. Unfortunately, national events have prevented that from happening, but I hope you are able to get a taste of just what your 7-year journey at St Edward's will be like. I want to begin by saying welcome. We're really delighted that you've chosen our school and that you are about to become part of our community. I'd like to start by telling you a little bit of what our community is all about. If you've ever visited the school site, you'll note that we have a number of very mature trees. We're very lucky in that instance. Outside, directly adjacent to my office, we have a beautiful tree that blossoms every spring. That tree we refer to lovingly as our hope tree. You, for us, belong in our hope tree because you are our hope for our future. In our hope tree, we place our students, our most important commodity. But the hope tree is not only the foliage and the fruit. The hope tree, most importantly, stands on strong roots. St Edward's Academy is built on very, very strong roots, the summit of which is our vision and our ethos. It's very important as students of St Edward's that you understand our vision and our ethos. You'll then truly be a part of our community. So, what do we believe? We believe all our students, all of our staff and all of our community should aim to live life in all its fullness. Now this is a big aim and we need some steps to get us there. These are our steps of hope: humanity, optimism, perseverance and excellence, the pillars that create our school and help all of the members of our community to live life in all its fullness. We're delighted that you're going to join us on your 7-year journey to success. We hope at our school that you will be happy. We know that you'll be well looked after. We're sure that you'll be respected. It's our mission to ensure that you're stretched and challenged in your learning, because with that you will achieve and you will thrive. Our school is based on traditional values that all centre around key Christian principles. We ensure high standards of behaviour, a broad and balanced world-class curriculum, excellence in teaching and learning, and opportunities to experience the wider world. We know that the end of Year 6 has been difficult for you, and we're absolutely delighted and determined to make sure that the beginning of Year 7 and beyond is a wonderful experience. When you arrive at our school, we'll teach you about our rules and all of the things that you need to do to make sure you settle in really, really easily. We know that you're going to be a wonderful member of our community. You mustn't worry about that. Things are slightly different in secondary school to primary school, but it will all come very, very simply to you when you join us in September. You can see from these pictures that we're a very strong community. We enjoy working together and we enjoy spending time together. We've really missed our students during the time of the national school closure, when we've had only a few children coming to school. But we're really looking forward to September, when we can hopefully bring everyone back and all of our community can be reunited. At the end of our 7-year journey, we hope that you will choose to go on to university or another form of study. Here are some examples of some of the wonderful institutions that our former students have moved to this year. We're very excited that St Edward's has been chosen as a site for a free school for children with special educational needs. Now, as you can see, the newspaper that printed this story printed a different building. This is the building before our renovation. When you arrive in September, you'll see a great deal of work has been done in the building since you last visited. And I'm sure you'll be very, very excited to see all the changes that have been made. We're really looking forward to showing these to you. Here's a picture of the cast of our most recent production. When you come to St Edward's, we know that we're going to achieve for you excellent GCSE and A-level results. We've been doing that for years. But we also know that we want more than that for all of our learners. We want you to get involved in a multitude of extracurricular activities. We want you to truly experience what an excellent education looks like. Now, as you can see, our most recent show was Wizard of Oz. And I'm going to refer back to the Wizard of Oz before I end tonight's events, from my part at least. On the Wizard of Oz, you will have seen that Dorothy takes a route on the yellow brick road. Her route takes her and her journey takes her over the rainbow. Our mission is that you should achieve life in all its fullness. Literally and figuratively, we want to send you over the rainbow to find that pot of gold for success. I know that at our school we have the staff and the expertise that will ensure that you can achieve this. And I'm really, really happy to welcome for you now some members of my leadership team who will tell you all about your journey and excite you about joining us in September. Enjoy.
Hello, Year 7. I know you're in Year 6 now, but when I meet you, you will be in our new Year 7. My name's Mrs. Wensley, and I'm the Deputy Head Teacher at St Edward's Secondary Academy. One of the things that I'm responsible for in the school is the curriculum. And there's something that's a little bit different about coming to secondary school, what you're used to in primary. Most of the time at primary school, you're taught with the same class and you're in the same classroom. When you come to secondary school, that changes. It's actually very exciting. You get to do lots of different subjects with specialist teachers in specialist classrooms. So, for example, in science, just like you can see in this picture, you'll be working in a science lab with all the equipment that we have here to help you learn to become great scientists. In English, when you study texts, we've got a fantastic library that you can go to borrow books to read around the subjects that you're studying. We're also very keen to make sure that when you join us in September, you're ready and raring to go. So, should you feeling a little bit quiet, maybe not have quite enough work to do at the moment, we've got some suggestions for you. I'd like you to have a look at the BBC Daily Lessons for Year 7, and both possibly, go onto the Oak National Academy website and have a look at the Year 7 lessons and see what kinds of things that you might be able to study. The Oak National Academy has Latin lessons, so if any of you really want to challenge yourselves, you could have a go at learning some Latin over the summer. We do teach languages here. We don't teach Latin, but we teach Mandarin, Spanish and French, along with a whole range of other exciting things that you're going to have a chance to do possibly for the first time when you join us in September. We're really looking forward to working with you in September. And we know that the most important thing is that we work well together, you as a family, to make sure that all the children are successful at the school. We have a homeschool partnership agreement, And this is in the booklet that you're going to get with your forms. It's really important that you read this and think about how we share responsibility for making sure that your young person in your family grows up to be the best person they can possibly be, with our help and with your help together. In primary school, things work a little bit differently, and you have your class teacher who's your main point of contact. At secondary school, you have a form tutor. So when you arrive at school at 8:30 in the morning, you'll be going to see your tutor and be registered with them. They'll make sure that you're okay, see how you're feeling, check your uniform, your equipment and your planner, which is like a diary that you carry around with you at secondary school to make sure you know what you're doing, where you're supposed to be and what subjects you're going to be studying, as well as recording what homework you've got. The tutor also makes sure that children are making good progress, they're attending well, they meet parents at parents' evenings, and they also get in touch with parents if there are any concerns. Sleep's very important. We all need enough sleep in order to be successful at school and in life more generally. So please try to make sure that your child, who's still growing and developing, has at least 9 hours sleep a night. And they come to school for 8:20 so that they're ready to come and start with us at 8:30 in the morning.
Good evening everybody, my name is Angelina Chapman and I am one of the assistant head teachers at St Edward's Academy. I thought first of all I would introduce you to some of the other members of staff that we have at our school and some really important people that you're going to be meeting in the first few days whilst you're at St Edward's. First of all, you've already met our head teacher, Miss Hassan. We also have our deputy head teacher that you've also met, Miss Winsley. We then have 4 assistant head teachers, and each of these assistant head teachers are responsible for different year groups in the school. So myself, I'm responsible for year 7 and year 8. Miss Day is responsible for year 9. Mr Lynch is responsible for years 10 and 11. And Miss Saeed is responsible for years 12 and 13 in the 6th form. We also have an extended leadership at St Edward's Academy, Mr Adewale, Mr Gursoy and Mr Hussain. Mr Adewale is responsible for Key Stage 4, so that's year 10 and year 11, and making sure that the attainment of those students is really, really high. Mr Gursoy is in charge of science and he also has other responsibilities around the school as well. And Mr Hussain is in charge of maths but also has responsibilities around the school. So those are some of the members of staff that you're going to meet on your very first day with us. However, there's also some other really important members of staff that you need to meet. We have Miss Thurston and Miss Wake, and they are in student services. That's where you're going to go if ever you need anything during the day. It could be something really simple like you've forgotten your PE kit or you've lost your coat. You'd go to Miss Thurston and Miss Wake and they'll be able to help you out of that situation. But also they're there to help you if you have friendship issues or anything like that. You're able to go to them and they will be able to sort it out for you. 2 other really important members of staff that you're going to meet a lot is Mr Costa and Mr Hogan, and they walk around our school all day making sure that our students are doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing and where they're supposed to be. That's really important so that we can make sure that all of our students are learning the most that they can learn during a school day. Miss El Hafidi is there for you if you're having a bad day. So if, for example, you're really feeling low, Miss El Hafidi is there for you to go and talk to her, and she's able to give you some strategies to help you feel a little bit better, because everybody has a bad day every now and then. Miss Hogan, you will have probably already spoken to, or certainly parents will have spoken to on the phone. She rings you up and she makes sure that we've got all of the correct details for you on our files. Mr Kendrick White is an important person in our school. He's going to be the person that makes sure that he gets you sorted with lunch and any kind of logistical things. If one of your teachers isn't in, for example, on a day, he makes sure that there's a teacher in the room ready to teach you for that day. Miss Norris is our first aider. So if you're not feeling very well, you'll be able to go down to the medical room and Miss Norris is there and she'll make sure that you feel a lot better. And finally, we have Mr El Hafidi, and he is in charge of our restaurant. So he makes sure that our dining hall is always full of wonderful food for you to eat. So those are a few of the key people in our school. As well as those members of staff, of course, we have all of our teachers and other support staff as well that will be teaching you each day and helping you out every day. But there are far too many people for us to go through this evening. So the next thing that I want to go through is what we expect of you in terms of what you wear and what you bring to school every day. And I'm talking to the students here because it is the students' responsibility at secondary school to make sure they have everything with them every day. And that's quite a big challenge sometimes. So first of all, we expect you to be wearing the correct uniform. We are incredibly proud of how smart our students are at St Edward's Academy, and therefore we expect you to wear our uniform with pride and look smart all of the time. We also expect you to make sure that you've got the correct equipment for every day, because if you have the correct equipment, that means there's going to be no barriers for your learning throughout the day. So in terms of equipment, on your very first day, we will give you a starter pack of equipment that's going to be basically your exams pencil case, but you can use it as your main pencil case if you want to. You're going to receive a pencil case, a ruler, 2 pens, 2 pencils, a highlighter, a rubber, a sharpener, and that's going to be your starter pack. You need to make sure that you bring that to school every single day. When you go into exams, you have to have a clear pencil case. So we make sure that you understand that right from the start. In addition to that, you're going to be given a lanyard, which is going to have an ID card on it, which you have to wear every day. You are the red year group. So all of the different year groups have got different coloured lanyards. You're all going to be the same in year 7. You're going to be able to spot all of the year 7s because you all have a red lanyard on. We will also give you a student planner, and that's what you will record your homework in every single day. In addition to that, obviously, is our school uniform. Like I said, we take real pride in our school uniform at St Edward's Academy. You're going to have a tie, and around the school badge on the tie is going to be a little red border. And again, that's to show that you are in year 7. You will not be able to go and buy your tie. When you come to us on your very first day, you won't have a tie on, and we will give you your tie. That's really important to remember, because we don't want you to panic on the first day of school and realise you haven't got your tie. It's okay, we're going to give it to you when you get to us. You're also going to have your lanyard, which again we're going to give to you on your first day. You'll have your school blazer, you'll have a white shirt, and you'll have either grey, black trousers or a navy skirt, and it's up to you what you choose to wear. In addition to that, you will need to be wearing either dark grey or black socks, or if you're wearing a skirt, you can wear navy tights or black tights. Footwear is really important. We don't accept students wearing trainers or plimsolls or boots at our school. Even if the trainers are all black, we don't accept those. So we expect you to wear smart, plain black shoes when you're at school. Now our PE kit is also prescriptive. So we have shorts which need to be plain navy blue. We don't want any emblems on them, so we don't want Nike or Adidas on our shorts. We have our polo shirt, which is light blue and it has the school logo, white ankle socks, trainers, and then when you go outside, again, we'd be expecting you to wear the shorts, or you might have the trousers, which are coming in as well, a navy blue and amber rugby top for the boys, and then socks, navy blue football socks, and then you can have some outdoor boots, but they're optional for girls. There is also a sweatshirt available which has the school logo on it as well. So that's all of our equipment and what we expect students to be wearing when we're at school. Now I've already said to you, on your first day you're going to be given a student planner. That student planner is where you record all of your homework, and at the start of each lesson the teacher will give you your homework, so then you have the whole lesson that you can ask any questions that you want to ask about that homework. In addition to that, we use an online platform called Show My Homework. Your teachers will always put your homework on Show My Homework as well. And what that means is when you're at home, they might ask you to submit something online instead of doing it in your exercise book. They may ask you to write something and then submit it online. They might give you a test on that platform, and you're able to tick off all of your pieces of work that you have completed. So if, for example, you left your planner in your locker at school, you can still see all of your homework on Show My Homework. In addition to this, the parents, you will also have a login for Show My Homework, and that's really important because you're going to be able to see what types of homework your child is being set, and you're also going to be able to see if they're submitting it online, what exactly they are submitting. The start of Year 7 can be challenging for students because they may not be used to receiving so many pieces of homework from so many different members of staff. And as a parent, it's a really important platform for you to log on to, and you'll be able to see whether your children are keeping up with their homework. Of course, if your child is struggling with the homework, do communicate with us and let us know. Some students take to it absolutely fine, other students find that quite challenging, and we can make sure that their form tutors are aware of it and they can sit down during form time and check that the student knows what homework they've got coming up in the next couple of days. So what to expect on your first day? Students, on your first day, you will not have your tie and you will not have your lanyard. So it will feel strange coming to school without those things, but it's okay. Before that, you're going to receive full details of what your first day is going to look like. Of course, at the moment, we can't give you those full details because we don't know when the schools are going to be back. What we do know is whatever happens on your first day, you're going to start off with an assembly. And you're going to be able to see all of the other Year 7s that are there on the same day as you, and we'll start to identify what our school community is and all of the kind of things that we stand for at St Edward's. You'll then move into your form groups and you'll do some induction activities so that you can get to know the school. You'll go around the school and you'll do other things where you get to know the different people in your class. We know that this is a strange year because you're not having your induction day, so you're not able to see who's in your form and things like that until we actually start. But don't worry, we're going to make sure that those first few days are all about getting to know those people in your form and in the other classes so you can make some friends really early on. In your first couple of weeks with us at St Edward's, you will also complete some GL assessments. You don't need to worry about those GL assessments, and you won't even be given the marks for those GL assessments. They are purely for us as a school because you all come from different primary schools, and it's a way for us to assess all of the students on the same kind of benchmark. So that will happen in the first couple of weeks, and that's why it's really important that you have your exam pencil case with you, because you will take that into those GL assessments. But please don't worry about those. They're not something that you have to revise for. It's not that you're going to be banded on those. They're just for us as a school to work out where each of our individual students are currently at. So over the summer, we've already sent you home a home learning booklet. That covers key topics in English, maths and science, but it also gives you an introduction to lots of the other subjects that you're going to be studying whilst you're with us at St Edward's Academy. Now, on your first week, you will need to bring those booklets completed with your name on, because your form tutor will collect them in and then give all of the different pages to the different subject teachers to have a look at. So it's really important you get that done. Now, if you can't do something, you just need to write on the booklet, I couldn't do that bit, or I didn't understand that bit. That's okay, so long as you've had a go at it. And then once again, our teachers can have a look at it and then they can give you some feedback on how you've done with that as well. Your parents should have received an information booklet, an information form home in recent weeks. If you've not received that, please contact us. That's really important for us to get full details for your child and to make sure that we can have a really smooth start to their time at St Edward's. We gave you a stamped address envelope with that as well, and we would really appreciate receiving all of those details back by this Friday the 26th of June. We're going to be using a lot of that information to make decisions about form groups and things like that because we're not able to meet the students before they start this year. So please make sure that that's returned to us as soon as possible. So other things that we can be doing is visiting our transition page. We've got a nice video on there from our students talking about what it's like to be a student at St Edward's and some top tips as well. There's also going to be some extra stuff added to it, and of course you visited this page today in order to get the link for this video. But there will be, over the weeks as we approach the end of term, more and more information going on there. So do keep checking that page. If there's any issues with some of the information that we've sent home, or you're watching this thinking you haven't had that sent home, you can find all of the resources that we've sent home so far on that page as well, including the wellbeing booklet and the transition booklets, which has all of the schoolwork. There's also a really good document on there with student FAQs, and these are the frequently asked questions that we've compiled over the last couple of years that people want to know the answer to and sometimes worry about in the lead up in the summer holidays. So do have a look at that as well, because there's lots of answers there for those most frequently asked questions. And we do ask that you keep looking at our Facebook page as well, because we're keeping it up to date with all of the stories from our students during this time, and also other information about the start of term. So we are really looking forward to meeting you, and I in particular, given that you're coming into Year 7, I'm really excited to meet you all. If you have any questions at all that aren't answered in tonight's video or the question and answer session afterwards, please email into info@steds.org.uk and one of us will be able to give you a call back. Equally, if you're anxious about the start of term because it is a little bit different to previous years, again, please contact us and one of us will be able to give you a call, and hopefully you'll feel rest assured that we're ready for you and really excited about you joining us. I look forward to seeing you in September.
Hello Year 6 students, parents and carers. My name is Munira Saeed. I'm an assistant head teacher here at St. Edward's Church of England Academy. I'm also the designated safeguarding lead. Together with my team, our role, our duty is to ensure that your children are kept safe at all times. We are responsible for providing a safe environment for all our students. We're looking forward to welcoming you in September, where you can begin your 7-year journey with us. See you then.
Hello, I'm Annabelle Day and I'm Assistant Head Teacher for Assessment and Reporting. From the moment you step through our doors, we want to ensure that you make the maximum progress over your 7-year journey. Our role is to ensure that you achieve excellent GCSE and A-level results and more. From the moment you step through our doors, we will be tracking your results, we'll be tracking how you make progress, and the teachers here will support you and guide you through the work that you do and intervene if we think that you need support. We put no ceilings on success and we encourage you to be the very best that you can be. We look forward to seeing you in September.
Year 6 students, parents and carers. My name is Perry Lynch and I'm Assistant Head Teacher at St Edward's Church of England Academy. One of my roles at St Edward's Church of England Academy is careers. We believe it's really important that students are able to have the best career advice possible so they can make the correct career decisions later on after they finish their time at St Edward's. Look forward to seeing you in September.
Hello everyone, hopefully you can hear me now and we're ready to speak again. I'm going to begin by making a few admissions to you. Number one, we'd hoped today we should have been sat in 2 different rooms. So you can see we're about 1.5 meters apart and not our regulation 2 meters, and we apologise for that. And for all the Year 6s looking at us, we promise we have been keeping 2 meters, but it was either we sat in the same room or we didn't have an evening. So apologies for that. The second thing you'll have seen is myself and Miss Chapman laughing quite a lot during the film. That's because we have to admit it's quite funny to see yourself on screen, especially when you realise that you've been looking at the wrong camera. So I have 2 cameras in front of me and I'm looking at this one and I should be looking at this one. So apologies for that. The second reason is because we've been receiving some messages. One of the messages, I'll admit to you, said that we were naturals on camera. That made us laugh because we know we're not. Another said that one of us should be working for the BBC. I think you can probably guess which one that was, and it wasn't me. So Apologies that we were unable to take all of your questions. Quite early on in the video, you'll have seen us frantically looking down and trying to fix it. And our team in Suffolk also, who are our technical team, have tried to fix that. Unfortunately, we only received a few of your questions. Please, if you didn't get a chance to send your question to us, please make sure that you either call us tomorrow or you email us at info@steds, and we promise we'll answer. So now for the serious bit. We did receive some questions, and I'm going to put my glasses on. And now I'm in full-on interview mode. And I'm going to interview Miss Chapman for you. Miss Chapman, are you ready?
I'm ready.
So question number 1. This is a very apt and poignant question for our time. What will the arrangements be for September 2020 when my child starts after COVID-19?
So there's been a government announcement today that's suggesting that by September, everything should be back to normal in terms of the schools. So if that is the case, the key date for us is Monday, the 7th of September. That's the day that your child will be starting with us. And that's just for year 7s. They'll be coming in. The majority of the other students won't be with us yet. It will just be them. So they've got the run of the school themselves. However, if there are any changes to that start date because of the impact of COVID at the moment, we'll make sure that we communicate with you. And we're going to send you out a letter regardless, the week starting the 24th of August, so that you have a letter in the post that has all of the final details for the start of term. If you haven't received any letters in the post from us so far, that means that we've been given the wrong address for you from Havering. So please do email into info@steds.org.uk, and then we can make sure that we send you the letters.
Thank you. So the 24th of August, and just coincidentally, we definitely won't forget this because that's my birthday. So we'll definitely be in touch then. So question number 2, as a parent of 3, I think this is a really important question. You've touched on this a bit, ma'am, but what literally does my child need to bring into school on their first day, because students worry when they're coming to secondary school? So what do they need to bring?
So on the first day, students need to come in their full school uniform, but they won't have their tie or their lanyard that I think I said twice in that video beforehand. On the first day, we'll give them their tie and their lanyard. So they'll come just in their normal school uniform. They don't need to bring their PE kits because we won't be doing PE on the first day. Apart from that, they need to bring a pencil case, but we will also be giving them their tie, their lanyard, their planner, and their exams pencil case in school. In addition to that, if you can make sure that you can support the school by paying for the starter kits, we've asked for the deadline for that to be this Friday, and you can access the link to that on our school website as instructed in the letter.
Thanks. Just to add, obviously, we do appreciate that these have been incredibly difficult times for families. And if you're having any difficulty making that payment, please do confidentially call the school and we'll try our best to help. I'm sure we'll be able to. So question number 3, Miss Chapman, are you ready?
I'm ready.
What language will my child study at St Edward's?
So we offer 3 different languages at St Edward's. We have French, we have Spanish, and we have Mandarin. The language that the students study will be dependent on which form class they're in and which teaching group they're in, so all of that teaching group learns the same language. However, if your child already speaks one of those languages fluently, please let us know, because we would like to put them in another class, because at GCSE we do offer the option for students to take more than one language if they do a community language. So if they study one of those, or if they already speak fluently one of those languages already, we would sooner put them into a different language so they can get an additional qualification. But equally, if they speak a different language at home that's not French, Spanish or Mandarin, again, contact the school, because when they get a little bit older, we'll be able to put them in for qualifications for that language too.
Thank you. Now, question number 4, literally, I could have written myself, because my 2 children that have gone to secondary school went on their own from their primary school. And a key question for children, I know, and for their parents is, if my child is coming on their own or in a very small group, how are we going to help them make friends? Which ultimately, at the beginning for the year 6 child, is the most important thing they're going to do. So, ma'am, how are we going to help them make friends?
So the first thing that we want any students that are in this position to know is that we have lots of feeder schools. There are lots of students that come to our school in year 7 and they don't know anybody, or they might know one person that was in a different class at their primary school. So what we make sure that we do is we mix everybody up, and all throughout the first term, during form time, we are making sure that we're doing loads of activities surrounding friendship and making friendships that are really good friendships. But also on the first few days when you're at St Edward's, we're going to be doing team building activities and lots of activities within our forms, which mean that we make those bonds really, really quickly. We've also got loads of clubs for students to go to and join and make friends. But most importantly, our form tutors, the Year 7 form tutors, are going to be speaking to all of the Year 7s to make sure that they're making friends. And if you as parents have any concerns, or your child is coming home and they're saying they don't feel like they've made any friends yet, please talk to us, because as soon as we know, we can then make sure we do something about it.
Yeah, and we'll definitely support you in Year 6. We do understand that it's been hard for you at the end of your primary school time, and we promise you we're going to make sure that you have a wonderful beginning to secondary school and a wonderful 7 years. So our next question: my child has a food allergy. What happens about lunch?
So we've got a lovely new dining hall, which I'm sure you've seen. We've got a catering company called Vertas, and they publish the menus, and it's got all of the allergy information on the menus. In addition to that, when students go up to order their food, it will come up with their name, and all of the details of any allergies will come up there. So it's really, really important. If your child does have any allergies or any health needs, you're letting us know as a school. We can also send you those menus if you want to see them as parents as well, so that you can help guide your child in making sure they're choosing the correct things for lunch.
Thank you. And just on that note, if there are any allergies or any health concerns, we have a member of the extended leadership team, Mr. Adewale, who is responsible for dealing with anyone with healthcare plans. Please, please, please do contact us via info@steds, and Mr. Adewale will give you a call straight away. So we hope you've enjoyed our evening. You can possibly tell that this has been an experience for us. We hope it's been an experience, and a positive one for you too. But we have a little bit more. First of all, I'd like to remind you that if you have any questions and that we certainly weren't able to use the function properly in the film, if you have any questions, please, please, please don't store them away. Please do contact us. You can email your name and we'll contact you via info@steds, or you can call the school at any time and a member of the leadership team will call you back. I'd also like to say a really special thank you to two people that you may have seen on the screen at some point. At one point, possibly looking rather disturbed that this might not work. That's Andy and Joe. Now, the Andy and Joe are part of the Teaching School from Unity Schools Partnership, which is our trust, our Multi-Purpose Academy trust that we're lucky to be part of. Andy and Joe, thank you so much for setting this up for us, for ensuring that the film did work. You've been in charge of everything technical, and we're so glad and grateful that it worked. Thank you very much, because as you could tell, we couldn't even manage to get ourselves in 2 different rooms and make it work. So thank you very, very much, Andy and Joe. At the end of our evening, we'd like to say thank you to all the parents and students that have joined us. We hope that we've answered some of your questions, and certainly the film will be placed on the website tomorrow, or go live tomorrow on the website, and we'll also put it on Facebook. But just in case, please do contact us if you have any more questions. Now, as we close our event, as you know, we are very proudly a Church of England school, and we would like to end in the St Edward's prayer that your students will get to know when they join us. Almighty God, our hope, you have made us in your image as one humanity. Let the optimism and promise of your kingdom come. Help us to persevere in your ways, living out your excellence in all we do. Through Jesus Christ, who gives us life in all its fullness. Amen. Thank you very much for joining us, everyone. Hopefully it felt better for you your end than it felt for us this end, and we really hope we get to see you soon. We can't wait to actually see you in person and not have to see, well, we can't see you, not have you see us through a screen. We can't wait to see you. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Certainly please get in touch with us if you have any questions, if you have any queries, if you have any worries, and we really look forward to seeing you soon. Year 6, we've loved having you. We can't wait to see you. We're really, really looking forward to you joining our community. We promise we'll look after you, and by the time you come here, you're going to forget the last 13 weeks when you didn't get to go to school, because you're going to have an absolutely fabulous and amazing time. We can't wait to see you. Keep doing your work, keep reading books, look after yourself. If you have any worries, you can also email us. Don't worry, a member of staff will get back in touch with you. And please look after your parents and your families. We know it's been a really strange and difficult time, but we can get through this. We will, we have, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you in September. Bye bye.